Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. Steven, Crimson, Cleo, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. We're in a period of what we hope will be rest and relaxation and slaughter. I mean, we're going to kill lots of animals while we're here, but mostly rest and relaxation is what we're shooting for here. We have returned from space. For anyone who's just getting caught up, we've returned from our little mission into space, and we're going to immediately start killing turkeys because we're kind of low on food if things are honest about things, and indeed they are. Everyone can go into unrestricted. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we're going to need to get the mastodons out of here at some point. So what zone is don't eat our food? Yeah, it's not a real zone anymore. Okay, hang on. Yeah, Em, you've missed a lot. We went to space. I can catch you up real quick. We went to space. So I need to don't eat our... Hang on. I need to edit zones here. I've got to work with my zones. My zones are all over the map right now. So I need to invert this and then shrink it so you guys, like, basically don't eat our food. You can come inside, I guess, if you want, but, like, seriously, don't eat our food. Don't go in these areas at all. All right, none of that. Okay, that all looks pretty good. Okay, so I need to put the animals, the Mastodon army, into don't eat our food. Okay, so you guys can all leave. Thank you very much. And let's start some murders. Okay, donkeys, alpacas, everybody's got to go. If you exist, you are food for me right now. Shoot everything that doesn't fight back or explode. Trying to sneak watch while I'm at work. Rob, my vent guy is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Not sure how long I'll be able to get away with it. I have faith in you, Rob. Actually, let's turn this around, Rob. Let's turn this around. What I'd like you to actually do is pump up the volume, as the kids say these days. Pump up the volume. I don't know what you're watching on your phone, your tablet, your watch, your eyeglasses, a television. It could be any one of those devices or many of them. I hope it's many of them. I need the watch time. What I'd like you to do is face that to your work area, which I assume is vent related, and then blast it. Just blast it. And I will tell them immediately, first of all, that there's a raid, and secondly, that this is work related. I need my vent guy. Okay, I need my vent guy. I've got too many Robs. I'm hoping I'm addressing the right vent guy. Hang on, I need coffee in my face. Catonius, welcome, welcome, welcome. Catonius, I have to break away from vents to talk about this raid. What are we doing here? They're attacking immediately. Unusually clever with their tactics. Good news, I'm unusually clever too. I have an army of mastodons and you don't. So you can take tactics all you want. What do you guys are you armed with anything? You have an Iqua? You got a bow? Oh, you got a steel spear? Oh, this is not... You got a flame bow. That does, as the name implies, set fire to things. Team. All right, we need everybody out here, especially the Mastodons. Mastodon army in play. Okay, Rise of the Mastodons coming moderately soon. They're slower animals. They're large animals and somewhat slow. We're going to get some Mastodons in play, right? Are none of these Mastodons actually trained to kill yet? Many of them are not. No, okay. Some of them are. So yeah, there we go. Fish is in. Fish hates these guys. Fish absolutely hates these guys. Igor, if you could kind of huddle up down here. Why do you have a club, Igor? Igor, why are you stupid? What's going on here? Igor... You know what, Igor? Just take the day off, all right? Igor, it's not working out. Just go, I don't know, brush up around here. Okay, everybody else, first of all, well, actually, Animal War Call. What have I got in the area? Do I have anything? I got a turkey. You know what? I've got a death turkey. I've got a death turkey right here. What else could I do to these people? Animals attack and stun you. Okay, everybody do a psychic thing. There we go. All right, so how about we don't shoot all of our Mastodons? How about we shoot you? Shield, what are you armed with? A spear. Hang back for a sec, kid. Grime, you're also not really armed with... Actually, you've got the obsidian mace. You're actually pretty good. So why don't you guys focus on these guys? You two focus on this guy. Paul with the laser. You just do your jam, man. You're in. We've been set fire to. We're on fire a little bit. We're a little bit on fire. I'm not going to lie about that. Grime's definitely on fire. Paul, why don't you laser that guy? I think this problem up here has already been dealt with. And Stench, if you guys kind of come over here and maybe shoot this guy, the Death Turkey is in. The Death Turkey is in. The Death Turkey is on the warpath for a turkey, anyway, for a turkey. Death Turkey's doing a good job at distraction, if nothing else. Grime's in with the mice. The mice, the mace, and possibly mice, I don't know. Stench is just chasing people away. This has gone remarkably weirdly. So, guys, I think we're good. Everybody off duty. Yeah, lasers are the way to go, Rob. Lasers are the way to go. I mean, I know M is promoting flamethrower, and sure, yeah, flamethrower, of course, absolutely flamethrower. Nobody's denying flamethrower, but laser plus mastodons kind of wrecks RimWorld. Also, there's a huge fire. Just a gigantic fire that we're really going to have to learn to deal with. The war turkey is down, but edible, so that's fun. And Bertha is immediately shooting other things. Bertha's immediately shooting anything she can see. Thule, why are you hanging out here? You're cowering. Well, don't. Like, stop that. Just like go do something else. Basically, is it because you were on fire? I don't know. Why doesn't it include Buzzkill? I don't know. Is Buzzkill in there? I don't see him. M, you're in charge of this sort of nonsense. I don't know what's going on. Is Buzzkill here? He always is. I do not see him in chat. That's very, very odd, now that you mention that out loud. It is definitely M. You can tell because she's blue, and she has the blue wrench next to her. And I'm pretty sure she has the power to disable my channel, should she be so inclined. So trust me, it's M. Don't mess with her. Just simply don't. Just do whatever she tells you to do. Thule, how's your health these days, kids? You're going to be dead in 13 hours. Grime, some minor burns and a spear, and you're going to be dead in 18 hours. I think we can handle most of these things. Most of these issues are not our issues. They're other people's issues. The fire will be our issue in time. I'm not saying the fire is not an issue. Mark, welcome. Mark, there was a raid and everything's been set fire to, but it was good because we had a turkey and lasers on our side. So that really kind of worked out well. He's in live chat, but I don't see Buzzkill. I don't see Buzzkill at all. I'm like, for realsies. I'm taking my eye off RimWorld, which is a dangerous thing to do, but here we are. I'm doing it anyway. At least I'm not talking about Genesis for 30 minutes. Hang on, coffee. So I don't actually see Buzzkill. I didn't do anything to Buzzkill. I assume Buzzkill can hear me. Sorry, I don't know why you're not in chat. I don't see you in chat. Ask M. She's generally smarter about these things than I am. Not generally, pretty much always. It's just kind of a sure deal. It's kind of a sure deal. The large fire is an issue. It is an issue. You're not wrong about that, Rob. And we're gonna begin to address the very, very large fire that lives next door to us by making it part of our home. So what I'm gonna do is invite the fire to be part of us. Instead of fearing the fire, I'm going to open my heart to the fire, and invite it to be part of our home zone. Igor, all by yourself, go put out all of the big fire. Off you go, kid. All right, good job, kid. We need food, and one dead turkey ain't gonna cut it. So we need to. Oh, hang on, somebody's got malaria. So this was supposed to be an episode of relaxation. This was supposed to be we've gotten back from space, and we're just going to chill out and get back to normal. That has obviously not happened. That's completely the opposite of what has happened right now. Cool. So, we all have malaria, and I don't have any more hospital beds, although I could make some. I'm not utilizing all of my space here. So, do a hospital bed there and there. And then we'll do something else that I can think of later. Okay, this is fine. Badger, welcome. This is fine. We're going to Bertha. Could you maybe go put out a fire, and anyone else who's not horribly injured, go put out a fire, and also seriously go put out a fire because there's a lot of fire, and we're on fire and we can't find Buzzkill. Buzzkill is MIA. I thought there'd be lots of fishing and grab panel making. That's what my hope was, Rob. My hope was fishing and grab panel making. Do we actually have any water here that has fish in it? This has bass in it, or indeed bass. How low can you go? Death Row, would a brother know? Once again, back is the incredible rhyme animal, the uncannibal D, because I can't say that word without saying the rest of it. But there are fish up there. Fish could happen. Mostly fire. Mostly fire is happening right now. Apparently, M can see Buzzkill. Why can't I see Buzzkill? How do I correct this problem here? Apparently, it's asking me to engage with my audience. I don't want to start a Q&A. Actually, I will start a Q&A. Hang on. I'm going to start a Q&A. Apparently, this is something I'm allowed to do. So there we go. I've started a Q&A. I don't know. I don't know what happens with that. Now my chat's gone away. Now, okay, I've got to go back to my chat. That was a terrible idea. So I've started a Q&A. Isn't that fun? I've done like a stream thing. We've started a Q&A. I do not see Buzzkill at all. Buzzkill is invisible, possibly a phantom, possibly a ghost, which is very exciting if you're Buzzkill. Not so much for the rest of us, because I'm used to interacting with said chat person, and now it doesn't exist. Hang on, I need coffee to live in me. Okay, I think we've dealt with most of the fire, but now Paul's having a bit of a tantrum, which is he's going to destroy a small thruster. Paul, could you not? Paul, could you not do that? Ideally, Paul, I'd like you to not destroy the small thruster. We paid for that. Where's your room, Paul? Paul, this is a prison now. I've got to deal with Paul. Okay, hang on. Knife, what is it you do around here? Could you arrest Paul, please? Yeah, arrest Paul. Paul, this is actually for your own good, because otherwise you're going to die of malaria. So, yeah, no, don't shoot my thruster with a laser, kid. There we go. Okay. Yes, everything is wrong. Yes, I know, everybody's sad and terrible. It's just important that we grab that laser. Thank you. Let's not leave the laser lying around. Oh, there's a whole bunch of money up here. Neat. Cool. There's still more fire. There's more fire than we have extinguished. Like, the fire continues. The fire persists, is what I'm saying. Also, we need, like, power, and I only have one component left. Well, that's not going to buy me a lot of stuff, is it? That's not going to buy me a lot of any kind of power. How much does it take to put up, just say, like a basic wood-fired generator? That's 2. Guys, we need to cancel the hospital bed. Sorry, guys, we need to cancel that. I need the components. Yeah, I desperately need those components. I can't give that up for a hospital bed. Oh, Les is a phantom too. Why are people being phantoms? And why is nobody engaging with my Q&A? It's a very exciting Q&A. How do I... Okay, top chat, live chat. Oh, I found them! Yes, you're right. They're in live chat, not top chat. Apparently, Buzzkill doesn't count as top chat. That's really insulting, frankly. And neither does Les. Les is definitely top chat. Okay, so yeah, all right. Now I see everybody. Now they're in live chat, not top chat. Can I interact with my own Q&A? Because I've answered the question. Michelle sees everybody. Michelle is omniscient. I've answered my own question, and I found Buzzkill. Okay, so that's really weird, YouTube. Why would I not want to see everybody? Like, at least me. Like, because it's like my live stream, YouTube. I would like to see everybody who's participating in it, not just a select handful that you deem to be appropriate. Now, admittedly, no, you're right, YouTube. M is definitely appropriate because she'll shut down my channel otherwise. But apart from that, I think we should see everybody. I think that's a good thing to be doing. I need power of, like, any sort. So how about we did... No, you're saying I don't have enough stored. I assure you we do, because we just stopped doing the thing that we were doing. Wait, you didn't put it into the other one, did you? No, cancel that as well. And then let's start getting some growing zones around here, because we need some food anyway. So yeah, I know, everything is wrong. I'm working on it. Okay, everything is terrible. I understand that. I accept that, and we're working on it. I just needed to find everyone who is actually watching this stream. All right. Fine, you can be potatoes. Be potatoes. See if I care. And you could be maybe rice, and we'll probably need we always need cotton. We always need the cotton. And how about maybe a heel root for that? And do I have any, like, good rich soil over here that I can plant hardcore narcotics in? No, that's mud, Dave. That's not what you're looking for there. Not as such. No, wow, the fire really is fiery, isn't it? Boy, we sure do have a lot of fire these days. I tell you what, if you're looking for somebody who's got some fire, I'm your man right now. We've got fire like you read about. If you read about fire, I'm assuming like firefighters read about that sort of thing. They're like, hey, let's pick up the latest edition of Fire Monthly. Hang on, coffee. There we go. Oh, hang on, I have to do it in my own thing. I've got two different chats going on. Hang on, I have to alter it there too. There we go. Okay, now I can see everybody in every monitor. Even better. Even better. Again, nobody is interacting with my Q&A. I've done a live stream thing. It's very, very exciting. I've started a Q&A. Admittedly, I've done the A part. I did the Q part and the A part by myself, so I probably don't need to deal with that anymore. Is it in the home zone? Great question. Great question. So moving on to mastodons. Were any of my mastodons injured, like fish? Because fish like did a thing there. Yeah, you got a few cuts. Yeah, and you're pregnant, which is good because that means more mastodons is what's coming there. I don't have nearly enough hospital beds. Oh, sorry, Knife. I've left you somewhat drafted. Hey, Paul, what do we believe in now? Because it's like Paul's thing. Paul is the guy who believes in the thing now. So what I'd like to do is actually just release you. You should be fine right now, right? Yeah, release the prisoner. I don't need to convert you, or not convert you, but recruit you. I'm just going to recruit you just to be safe. Just so I don't release you and you're like, yep, I'm out of here. I'm out. Thank you for releasing me from prison. So let's review the is it in the home zone question that has come up. I should do a Q&A of that. I should do a Q&A. Hang on, I'm going to do another Q&A. How do I make this one go away? End Q&A. There we go. Yes. Okay. Okay. So I want to do a new one. There we go. So the new Q&A is it in the home zone? This is exciting. I'm doing like live stream things. This is great. So start that. Okay, we've got a new Q&A. I didn't actually put a question mark on it because the question is kind of implied, really, isn't it? So we're gonna have a new Q&A. I've ended the old one in case anyone was desperate to answer the question, because I think we kind of answered the question in that we found Buzzkill and Les. They're right there. I can see them right now. How do we interact with the Q&A? I have no idea, Les. I just discovered it myself. Click on it? I don't know. I have no idea how it works, and I can only edit it. Because I'm like in charge of things, so I can only edit it. I don't know how you do anything with it. Oh, hang on, one of my chats completely gone away. No, not that one. No, the one where I see everyone. Thank you. There we go. I have no idea how you interact with it. I think it's just fun because I've done like a legit live stream thing. I look like I know what I'm doing around here. What issues, apart from the fire, which is an obvious issue, apart from the fire, what issues could I be dealing with here? So power is going to come up soon enough. And let's do some conduits to that. Bring just that right over there. All right. And then that'll help with the battery issue. The batteries are, to a degree, maintaining. I have this, empty room over here. And I'm not really sure what I want to put in that. Paul, you're terrible at things. Yeah, the fire, Les, you're not wrong. The fire is still doing its fiery business. But I think we're coming to grips with it. Really, we're coming to grips with the fire, and that the fire is almost out. And I think soon the fire will not be a problem anymore. Igor, what is your major malfunction today? You're tired. So am I, Igor. So am I. This was supposed to be a day of rest and relaxation. We came back from space. You did space mining, kid, before you accidentally maybe lost a few digits. Yeah, you lost a toe and a finger. Sorry. All right, it's just you were literally in space. I can ask questions that only Dave can see unless he pins them. Oh, that sounds fun too. I'm annoyed at YouTube, so now I just want to do all their things that they give me that I don't really ever do. So yeah, the Q&A now isn't in the home zone. If you guys want to change that up, then fine. Go. It just lets you ask questions at the rate of 1 a minute. That's an exceptional amount of questions. Paul's gone psycho again. Hang on, I've got to go deal with Paul. Bertha. You know what, Paul? Just kind of do your thing. Just walk it off, man. You're going to ask me questions. Well, that seems silly. Why wouldn't you just ask me a question in chat? Like, you're literally typing things. Why would you go to a special thing to ask me a question in chat? Hang on, I've got to go deal with Paul. He's having a bit of a day. So, Knife, if you could kind of come over here. Paul, we might have to shoot you a little bit. It's not ultimately personal. It's just that you're having a bit of a day, and you're trying to, like, smash everything. Thule's fully healed, and so is Fish. That's very, very exciting. Can you give us a quick rundown? The plan is to chill after coming into space. Get ourselves back up and running, because we chewed through almost all of our food doing that. You spend a few days in space, all of a sudden, you don't got no food. So I'd like to chill. I'd like to accumulate a large quantity of food. Hence my slaughtering everything in the area that doesn't fight back or explode. Igor, what are you doing? Are you chopping a tree down? Okay, well, have fun with that, kid. I should probably bury that guy, because otherwise people will just get, like, wicked upset about that sort of thing. So somebody put a couple of graves over here. And then also, while we're here, because it's every time, just put like 20 meditation spots up, and then everybody can meditate. Yay, meditation. No, I have not decided on a game for the Halloween live stream. I will, the Halloween live stream, excuse me. I will put a poll up for that this week, probably Monday. And we can kind of figure that out, because Halloween is, in fact, on a Friday. It's our regular streaming time anyway. So we'll take a very brief break from RimWorld and deal with Paul. Paul, I notice you're still smashing things. Paul, that's not cool, dude. You gonna get over this soon? Because you're being a bit of a knob, frankly. You're not being cool. Paul, I want you to be cool and have a laser back. I liked Paul with a laser. I don't like Paul who keeps smashing things. Paul, you're still smashing things. Paul. I'm going to give the laser to somebody else. You watch me. All right, just come in here and deal with Paul's nonsense, would you? Are we... Never mind, he's gone to bed. Okay, so, super. All you guys are off draft. Good job, Paul. Good job going to bed there. Well done with the sleeping. I think you smashed some power lines doing that. Yeah, you totally smashed some power lines doing that. So let's make sure that we just put those back in. They should be fine, but just in case... Let's put those back in. Speaking of which, power over here is being established. I need people to go on, like, who could do mega growing? Stench is largely on construction. Bertha, you're very, very good at these things, so why don't you go deal with that? And that'll take trees down and stuff like that, and more importantly, be getting us food. Hey, who was it that had malaria? I should really check in on that kind of thing. Definitely people had malaria. Shield, did you have malaria? You do have malaria. Okay, cool. 23 to 25. Wow, that's terrible. Yeah, that's not good. Stench, how about you? You had a vasectomy. I can't fix that. And I got to get you a lung at some point. To Hook, you've been mildly stabbed by a bow, and it's just like you're taking up a bunch of good bed space, is the thing. Like, you're taking up a perfectly good bed that somebody with malaria could be dealing with. Oh, Paul, how's your malaria? Your malaria is really not good, Paul. Really, really not good. So, somebody needs to deal with Paul, because Paul has malaria, and I don't know how to fix that apart from, fixing it. Who's my best doctor around here? Bertha or Thule? Okay. I believe that you can be... First of all, I could make this a medical bed. And then secondly, I bet Paul will figure it out. Don't worry, game. Secondly... let's get Thule. Can you tend Paul yet? Not quite yet. Okay. What's the time frame on that? We've got 3 hours. Okay, no, 0.3. 0.3. Okay. Stabbed by a bow is unusual. You're not wrong. It's tricky, too. What? Stench, what are you doing? What did you just do? Oh, you're building a conduit. Okay. Hang on. I got to check on Paul again. What with the malaria and all. 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay. Thule, can you go immediately tend to Paul, please? What's the problem? I don't want to take him to bed. I don't want to strip him. Why would you think I wanted to strip him? I don't want to deal with him when he's clothed. Never mind stripping him. How about we deal with his complete and utter fascination with having malaria? Bertha, you do it. Just tend to Paul. And then, Shield, how's your malaria doing? I really need to kind of keep an eye on the malaria issue. Yeah. Not great. Not great. Okay, well, nothing I can do right now except kind of keep an eye on things and hope that that all sort of vaguely works out. P.S. We could bury that guy when we get a chance and we actually dig a grave. That'd be cool. What else do you think I need to deal with here? Ritual opportunities, holding platforms, everyone's going to freak out, there's no medicine and no food. Okay, seems like a pretty normal day around my colony. We're starving, we can't heal ourselves, everything is terrible. Everything's just awful. But this is how it's all going to go down. Why does this thing have no power, apart from the fact that we have no power? Is everything all connected now? It should be. Yeah, broadly that seems like that's all connected. Okay, cool. I might even dump down... I've got 2 components left. 2 components. Is somebody working on these? Oh, it's Paul. Fantastic. Awesome. The guy who builds the components is a prisoner with malaria. Thanks, RimWorld. Thank you. You know what? I got you, RimWorld. That's fine. You know why? Because I'm a genius. Hashtag geniusosity. And I will deal with this. Can we take genes from people yet? Theoretically, yes. I just don't have the infrastructure to do it. So I can rip the genes out of them. That's no problem. I can strip them of their genes. I just, I don't have the machine that rips your genes out right now. I hope to get that, and I think that's one of the things I was thinking about for this unused room. It's a bigger thing, and I'll need the tanks to store the Whoozy McWhatsits there. So yeah, the gene extractor, I mean, I can certainly fit it in there. I don't have the components, but I can certainly fit it in there. Hey, speaking of which, Dave, why don't you start mining some components? That'd be a fun idea. That'd be something a genius would do. Hashtag geniusosity. That would be something a genius would do. Hashtag geniusosity. So where might there be even more components than the ones that I just found? There's some right there. Okay, grab those. And how's my steel situation? Yeah, actually, I desperately need steel as well. So mine everything that doesn't fight back or explode. Mining. There's more mining. Mining down here. And I think the kid's into mining. In fact, I think the kid's #1 on mining. Because what with the mining and space issue. So mine all of that. We are kind of still vaguely planning on a throne room, but also, now that I remember that empty room, now we got to think about Space Church, Catonius. Now everybody wants Space Church. That's also Paul's fault. Paul is really skilled, but also wicked into his religion, and he's kind of like got a majority religion here, so he's like, we should totally have Space Church. Also, I'm going to freak out and have malaria. Those parts were secondary to his Space Church plan, but yeah, he would wicked like a Space Church and be the Abbot of Steel and all that kind of stuff, and he's welcome to be the Abbot of Steel. I don't care. What I do need is for him to not die of malaria first. 34 to 40. Okay, that's looking slightly better. Hey, Shield, how's your malaria looking these days, kid? 49 to 37. Okay, that is looking better. Are we doing royalty? Well, we're trying to get royal enough to get the permissions. That's really what I'm in it for. I'm not going for a royalty ending. I would ideally like to go for the Odyssey ending because I don't know what it is and I haven't done it. But I would like to get royal enough to get the permissions. However, what? Remote protection. Just stay there. This is supposed to be a relaxing day. The problem with having the royal permissions is you gotta get really royal to get the really good ones, and that's gonna require a big old, very nice throne room, which I'm not opposed to because now, again, catching you up a little bit here, Em, now that we've been into space, now we can make our own Gravlite panels. So now I'm not restricted by the number of panels that we find on the map. Now I can make them myself. And if we need to, we can go back into space. And, oh, by the way, did I put everyone back on... Yeah, I did put everyone back on the right clothes, right? Yeah, they're all on don't wear terrible clothes. Okay, so they took off all the spacesuits. That's good. So somewhere over here, we're making... There we go, Vaxstone blocks. In fact, I should have a chunk of those made right now. By a chunk, I mean almost 1,000 Vaxstone blocks. So we can begin to work on that. What is your problem, remote protection? Okay. Defending a surveying equipment. Great idea, but hard pass. We're just not going to go do that. I got to get resituated here. We need food, we need medicine, we need all of that. So I can't really spend a lot of time on doing your niddling little quests that I don't really care that much about. I do care a great deal about those components, though. Did we turn on everything? Fantastic question. Now that is an important question, Buzzkill. That should be... You should put that in the Q&A. You should put that in a Q&A. I think that's important enough that you should put that in the Q&A. Because the hard answer is no. No, we didn't turn anything on at all. I did ask you guys to remind me to turn everything on. But no, actually, I don't really need this on right now. That can actually stay off. That should be a Q&A, Buzzkill. You should do a Q&A about that. No, none of this is on. I've turned all of these things off to conserve power while we were in space, which actually kind of worked. Designate all of that to be turned on. What else did I turn off around here? All of the beacons are turned off. No, that's a lamp, Dave. So put that back on. Yeah, the smelter I don't really need right now. I'm not sweating that. What have I got here? A wood-fired generator? Okay, that's fine. The chem fuel generator is fine. I should put up another chem fuel production thing because we're wicked low on that. Did we fill these tanks? Yeah, we did, actually. We did. And then make sure I'm turning everything on. That's on. Okay, this is not on, so that's one of the reasons we're not making food. We haven't turned the stove on, Dave. You didn't turn the stove on there, kid. What else? The heaters appear to be... Yeah, we definitely had the heaters on. And you know what? Speaking of turning things on and off, which is a very exciting thing to do, we don't really need the oxygen generators on right now. Somebody... This is where I need Spike Little Girl. Somebody is very much going to have to remember, when we go to space, I don't have the oxygen pumps on. Okay, we will have exactly 0 oxygen in space. I thought there was another one down here. We don't need oxygen here, because we're on the planet. We're all set here. Thank you very much. Paul, just going to check in on your malaria here. How are we doing, kid? 52 to 43. Oh, good. There's another raid. The Dusseldorf boys are back. Cool. Shield, how's your malaria? Wow. Cool. 64 to 46. You're going to be fine. Paul won't. What's your problem, Dusseldorf? They're attacking immediately, approaching from multiple targets. Cool. Fun. So, team, we need to, I just got here. This is supposed to be rest and relaxation day. Okay? This is supposed to be rest and relaxation day. This is not supposed to be multiple raids. Yeah, it's Mastodon Army indeed. It's not as much of an army as it is an army of one, in that Fish is the only one at this point trained to kill, which is cool. I appreciate that. I definitely want Fish to kill. So, Animal War Calls on a big cooldown. I can't do that. And stun is good. Animals attack, definitely. Go ahead, animals attack. Just Fish, go get something. I don't know what. Too bad I can't do Animal War Call. I've got a lot of guinea pigs here. So, why don't we, guys, why don't we focus maybe on somebody else? And then, no, okay, somebody that Fish isn't attacking. Stench, you're in play. Why don't you shoot... No, don't melee attack him. Oh, why would you melee attack him? What sort of nonsense? No, Stench, shoot this guy. Shoot that guy. Bertha, what are you doing? Just shoot this guy. The one that's right in front of your face. Grime, why don't you assist Fish with punching? And Knife, you come up here and do shooty things. Okay, because there's another team coming. They're like right there. They're right there. I wish we were cannibals. This would be great. Dusseldorf, go away. So you guys do like things, and your things are doing things. Okay, and then we're probably going to shoot a Mastodon or two. That's unavoidable. Grime, Fish didn't actually finish this one off. So if you could kind of help out with that. I'm just going to leave those two down there. I think they've got that covered. We need to go up here. I'm trusting a Mastodon and a guy with a stick. And you know what? I'm very comfortable with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah, okay, good shots there, team. It's just that you're shooting the Mastodon as well. Grime, are you in here, Grime? Could you hit this guy? Thank you. Like, hit him maybe more than what you're hitting him right now. Okay, you're down. And the Mastodon's down. Okay, cool. Fun. So everybody shoot this person now. Shoot that person. They're going to take down my power. I'm just going to have to learn to cope with that. And then, you guys are fleeing. I've got a Mastodon down. Somewhere in here. Fish is down. And Grime is down. And then there's some dead people. So this is going good. Shoot that person, like, so many times, please. Yes, so many times. Like, keep shooting. Okay, what other issues are we having down here? Somebody go down here. I need to rescue my mastodon. Shield, I know you have malaria, but could you get up and, do something? I'm not even sure what I'm trying to ask you to do at this point. No, don't bury Donkey. Could you rescue Grime? Go rescue Grime, and then somebody needs to rescue Fish. Somebody... No, don't clean the blood of Fish. Rescue Fish. Fish, you're not dead, are you? Why can I not get Fish? That's Donkey. That's somebody else. That's like a human. It's not a donkey. It's a human. Okay, hang on. I've got to, guys, team, folks, huddle up here. Just go shoot these guys, like, so many times in their face and just make them go away. Because, oh, no, they're smashing my cooler. Just stand here and shoot. Just shoot this guy. Just make him feel pain. Okay, now they're fleeing. Neat. They smashed my cooler in the meantime, and now I've got a giant hole in the wall. This has been an extraordinarily exceptional day. Knife, could somebody just go get Fish? Fish is downed, but cannot crawl. I would like somebody to rescue Fish. Thank you. Thank you. Couldn't quite click in the right area there. All right. Cool. So, where is today's fire? Today's fire is over here, brought to you by the letter L and ouch. So, that is obviously in the home zone. We seem to be dealing with that fire fairly quickly. Yeah, we're just all going through the hole in the wall now. Just going to go right through that hole in the wall. Cool. So, I need to go back and check on the malaria issue, because we still haven't dealt with that. So, malaria is 56 to 45, and shield is 49-68. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about shield. Grime, what was your issue with that? Why were you terrible? Oh, you're going to be dead in 5 hours. Yeah, that is terrible. Bertha, could you work on tending to Grime, please? I think you're... No. Could you work on tending to Grime? I don't care what Thule's doing. Do something different. And also, which one of you is Fish? So, Thule, could you deal with Fish, please? Yeah, tend to Fish. I'm not losing a mastodon here. Especially not a pregnant one. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're going to be dead in 3 hours. If you could kind of hustle a little bit there, Thule, that would be great. I'd love to not lose my pregnant mastodon. Wow. That's a sentence. That's a sentence. That came out of my mouth. Okay, I need more coffee in my face. There we go. All right, this is going to be fine. This is going to be fine. You're very slowly dealing with Fish. Very, very slowly. Okay, 4 hours. I think we'll probably be okay with that. Didn't we pick this landing spot? It's supposed to be a nice, bountiful place to recoup. Yep. Land of abundance, Rob. Land of abundance is what I promised myself here. Land of abundance. And what we have is an abundance of blood and corpses. By the way, somebody can bury this guy. That would be cool. I need more graves immediately. Yeah, we've already filled these ones. We've already filled all of those graves. So more graves, please. So how about Peter Graves and Robert Graves and probably somebody else named Graves that I can't immediately think of. A lot of multitasking going on. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We're tending to mastodons. Grime, did somebody deal with you? Yes, you have been dealt with. Of course, this is more medicine I can't really afford. But they did rebuild the cooler very quickly, too. So this is set to... Actually, that's set to room temp. That's fine. That's totally okay. They did not actually destroy the power, although the power's not really doing anything because we still haven't done the growing zone yet. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. I really need Bertha to get on the growing issue because we have virtually no food. Like, at all. Where's all the things I was supposed... Well, I say, where's all the things I was supposed to be murdering? We've been busy. We got raided, and there was a fire, and then there was another raid, and then there was malaria, and then Paul had a freak out. Have we been here for, like, 5 hours? This is a lot. Buzzkill, what RimWorld is doing is what it always does, is that I am, as I may have mentioned, a modern Prometheus. Okay, I have gifted the world with geniusosity. Hashtag geniusosity. And like Prometheus, I am chained to this rock and punished daily by RimWorld. But I do not relent. I persist because I am in fact a genius. Hashtag geniusosity. I'm also noticing this is wasted space here. We could deconstruct both of those and have a little bit more room there, maybe for another shelf or something like that. And I'm gonna... Do I have enough... I better have enough cloth to do my carpet. I better have enough cloth to do... I don't have any more cloth, do I? Well, dang it! Now I don't have my Viridian green shag carpet. This is why we're growing cotton. It's not for clothing, it's for my Viridian green shag carpet covered in mastodon poop. Yep, lots of it in large quantities. Hey, Paul, how's... I hesitate to keep waking you up, but how is the malaria going these days? Yeah, 68 to 53. Okay, I'm feeling a little better about that one. That's not so bad. We can cope with that. Fish, you're not going to die anytime in the immediate future, are you? No. Broadly, you're okay. Sort of. Good luck with the pregnancy thing there. Have lots of mastodons because, boy, those things just... They're just magical. Absolutely magical. Now, if I could address the things that I wanted to address here. With the ability to now make my own grab light panels... and Rob, great question. Very prescient question of you there. I'm coming to that right now. With the addition of now being able to make my own grab light panels, how many more can I theoretically have without making another extender thing? 187. Okay, 187 more tiles. And that kind of radius, although I could bounce that around a little bit if I move the extender things, but this is broadly fine. We'd probably go down here. Reconfigure maybe this area down here. I could chop a little bit off of this bedroom and just make a short corridor going over here. That'd be fine. Oh, what is this set at, by the way? 70. Okay, good. All right. Random shelves outside by the right fuel tanks. These? No, these are just like bits of scenery. Grime's gone off. So ravenously hungry. Grime's going to have a bit of a trip right now. Yeah, guys, we have actually literally no food. We have, in fact, no food at this point. So somebody needs to be on max cooking for a start. Stench, do nothing but cooking. Back off everything else. And somebody needs to be on max hunting. Bertha, you love shooting things. And DeHook, you're pretty good at that. In fact, you love that. You love shooting animals. It's like your favoriteest thing to do in the world. DeHook, do nothing but kill animals. Don't even worry about the crafting right now. The blocks are secondary to us surviving in the near future. So everybody go kill a thing, and then you cook it when we get back. I don't suppose there's anything just randomly dead I can go pick up doing this Geek Cupboard style. Just go and find dead animals on the map. No, we're going to have to go and get them like a bunch of barbarians. Okay. Neat. This was supposed to be a land of abundance. Where's my abundance? We can go pick berries. May as well go do that. Somebody's going to die. Yeah, harvest that. Okay, major break risk is everyone? I thought it might be everyone. Okay. Paul, how's the malaria these days, kid? Because I kind of need you back on track. Okay, 62, 79. Shield, you must be done at this point. 95 to 66. Okay, at least Shield will be back up and running soon. So we'll try and get some berries. Is there any fish, like, right here? No, that's way too shallow. No, the nearest... Yeah, up here we can get some. There's salmon in there. And catfish. Oh, that sounds really fun. Let's go get that. There's, like, salmon and catfish in here. Hang on, I want to get that. Give me a fishing zone. I don't know, here-ish? Like that? Just go fish. I don't get any food. Boy, this would be a great time for a bulk goods trader. This would be a super cool... Yes, I know people are starving. I'm familiar with that. Thank you very much. We don't actually have the capacity to make food right now because there is no food. So we're lacking in food to make any food. Is there any bass or indeed base? How low can you go? Death Row, what a brother know. Once again, back is the incredible rhyme animal, the uncannibal D. Yes, there's plenty of that, Buzzkill. It's right up here. It's just really far away. It's way up here, but we will tag that at some point. Is anyone going to go kill that turkey or anything? Or guinea pig? I don't care. We will snack on literally anything right now. Thule's down here. Thule, do you hunt? Because I kind of need you to do that. You can hunt. You have the ability to hunt. So that's number one right now, kid. That is numero uno. Go kill things. Mining can come later. Igor, you're terrible. You're just not very good at anything, are you? Okay, some food is coming in. A little bit of food is coming in. We're eating it raw, but at least we're eating. It's better than not eating. That's what I'm borderline ready to kill a mastodon just for the food. I don't want to say that, but there it is. Just murder everything. Just kill everything. It won't fight. I don't want to put a kill squad together because it's just a waste of time. There's plenty of animals on the map that will not fight back or explode. So I'd like to take advantage of that. Why is the Thin White Duke injured? What happened? Oh, you got in a... Oh, you must have just run into a raider. Oh, your front right hoof has been shattered. You've lost your trunk! Well, how will we know you're a mastodon? You actually haven't. Your little character icon still has the trunk. You've lost your trunk and your ear and your right hoof. Dang, man. You are messed up. The Thin White Duke is missing one of the most important parts of being a mastodon. Your trunk. You've lost your trunk. It's like when Michael the dog lost his tail. It's just not okay. Food. Okay, so we know what to do here, right? Because we've been here before, haven't we, kids? Yep. There's the Great Pantry Fire of 2021. And then literally every other RimWorld run where people have been starving. Because all of my RimWorld runs end in people starving. So what do? Focus on food. Okay, we focus. Let's see, Em is saying it as I'm saying it. We are of one mind, and that should terrify her. Terrify her. We are of one mind. She's typing it, I'm saying it. That's how this goes down. Focus on food. That's what we need to do. Project FOF. Focus on food. Places covered in mastodon poop? We don't care. We're going to focus on food. Everybody is dying? We don't care. We're going to focus on food. We do actually care about that. We actually should care about that. We do indeed all remember the Great Pantry Fire of 2021. And then again, every other RimWorld run I've ever done, because it always ends in starvation somehow. Okay, donkeys are coming in. Stench, let's go. Let's go, man. Butcher. Whatever you're doing is not as important as what you need to be doing right now. Butcher, cook. Butcher, cook. You know what? Nobody has turned the power on over here. Kid, do that. Yeah, flick the switch. In fact, you know what? Let's put the kid on that. You're in charge of switch flicking. So, basic. Yeah, if there's a switch and it needs to be flicked, you go flick that, kid. You flick away. You flick off, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, good job, Igor. What are you doing now? You're drawing on the floor. Cool. Excellent. So we've got the stove turned back on. That certainly is a major factor in focus on food. I don't think we need the kill squad, Mark. There's plenty of animals to be killed that don't need my attention in terms of, like, making sure they don't kill us. Igor, you want to keep flicking switches here? It's just like I put you on #1 switch flicking, and you're not flicking. You're a complete... No, there's a complete... You missed a switch here, kid. Flick the switch. There you go. Okay, good. Now you can go draw on the floor if you really want to do that. Neat. Raw meat is here. Stench, I actually need you to get up and start cooking. It's focus on food, Stench. That's the thing. It's focus on food. Because everyone's eating raw meat. And we're feeding raw meat to prisoners. And everyone's just kind of eating the raw meat around here. You see the problem with that? The mastodons are better fed than anyone because at least they can go out and graze. These guys are doing fine. They can walk all over the map and graze. But not so much with everyone else. So, okay, some meals are beginning to be made. Murders are happening, and more alpacas just turned up. Well, yummy, yummy, yummy. There's a grizzly bear hunting somebody. Cool. Right. So, hang on. I'm going to investigate the bills. The bills are all fine. Yep, bills are all fine. Don't really need to do anything with that. There's a grizzly bear hunting shield. Cool. Well, you know what that is, kids? That's food. What you got right there is some food. So, shield, come over here. And in the meantime, yeah, maybe we don't move so fast. It's been a long day. So, everyone else, kind of pop over here. Shield, why don't you not be where you are right now? And why don't you be somewhere different than that, like over here? And then everyone else, I might want to think about putting another door back in this ship. We kind of scrunched all the doors down for the airlock. Okay, everybody shoot a bear. No, seriously, shoot a bear. Why are we having a problem shooting the bear? Shoot the bear, and you know what? Stun the bear at the same time. Stun the bear, shoot the bear, bear dead. Good. Okay, great job, team. Everybody's off duty. Shield, you're welcome. By the way, that's also lunch. So, Dahook, go haul that thing. No, go. Dahook? Yeah, no, oh, knife's on it. Okay, knife's on the hauling thing. This is supposed to be a bountiful paradise. A bountiful paradise. Okay? After our sojourn, if you will, our sojourn in space, it's supposed to be a bountiful paradise. No. Well, we've got aggro. But we got a bear. Stench, whatever you're doing, actually you're cooking. That's exactly what I need you to do. Could anyone else chop things up? Who does chop up things? Chopping? Hook could do it. Except Hook's hunting. Shield, you're not really actually, Shield, you're probably doing, yeah, you're doing this. Don't sweat the psychite right now. Let's take a break from the psychite and focus on the things we can eat. Ambi, welcome, our favorite alcoholic chicken. Welcome. Ambi, we're all starving. This was supposed to be a bountiful paradise. A land of abundance, if you will, Ambi. A land of abundance. Somewhere where an alcoholic chicken could thrive. And run free and drink heavily. So it's turned out to not be that. What we've got is a lot of raids and switches that aren't getting flicked. Betty's Hellscape was a dream compared to this. I would much rather be dealing with lava, because lava had a simple plan. It was build a wall, lava no get in. Okay, wicked simple. But now we're back to focus on food, which is admittedly not my first time at this rodeo. I'm actually shockingly good at focus on food. I've done it so many times. Hey kid, I noticed there's a switch that's not flicked. No, don't clean the workshop. Turn this back on. Okay, that's why it's not being flicked. I didn't tell you to do that. This is also not being flicked. There's unflicked things around here. No, that needs to be flicked. Kid, why are you not flicking? Go flick that. All right? So, I'd rather have the lava. I mean, sure, we'd eat the alcoholic chicken once the alcoholic chicken died. But in the meantime, the chicken could frolic and drink heavily. Alcoholically. Paul, how's your malaria these days? Because we really haven't checked in on you. Oh, you've developed an immunity. That's good. How's the whole, you should rejoin the colony thing going for you? 4.4 on that resistance. That's fine. I'm just gonna Mike Tyson you into loving us again. Kid, now that you're off switch flicking, could you get onto, like, mega cleaning? Because you don't really do anything else, so you may as well clean up around here. Stench is frantically doing meals. Frantically. We're barely keeping up, but meals are being made. Why is there no food? That's a great question. You should put that in a Q&A, Ambi. We do Q&As now. Well, I did a Q&A. No one else is doing Q&As. No one else is excited about Q&As. There was a thing, and you click it, and it says start a Q&A. I'm like, cool. So the Q&A right now is it in the home zone? I'll let you answer that. But you should start a Q&A on that. Why is there no food? I'm going to give you one answer, which is me. The other answer would be we were in space. And there's a shocking lack of food in space, in that it's a giant rock in the middle of space. So we kind of used up all our food. We ate all our food. Oh, Stench, sorry, you've probably been there for about 1 million years, haven't you? The thing is, you're going to run out of raw food. I'm just going to bring you off of that, because I think you've basically been sitting there for two game days. So, I mean, yes, Mark is saying it's Dave, but honestly, we were in space. So there was no new food, so we just kind of went through what we had. Understandably so. You don't want to starve in space. Nobody likes that sort of thing. Okay. Providing nobody raids me in the near future, I think we can begin to put things together. We're starting to do some things over here. Rice is happening. Potatoes are happening. Of course, they sowed the cotton first. Why wouldn't they? The thing we don't eat. We should learn how to eat cotton. That'd be cool. Then we could have more food. Now, with all of that being done, can I re-examine the concept of getting one of these people to start mining again? Ideally, the kid. I'd like to have him be really, really good at mining. Where are we at on components? I have 6. Igor, never mind. The kid's gone off to insult people. How insulted are you going to be by... How old are you? A 9-year-old. I'm not going to take a 9-year-old's insult seriously. I'm just going to kick him. You can get him real far, too. You can get him like halfway down the street with a good swift kick. So I'm not... Okay, Igor's gone off on a trip. But no, wait, now you're reading a book. The Thin White Duke is fully healed. Excellent. Good. All right, so all of my mastodons are healthy-ish. Sort of vaguely. Paul's sleeping on the floor. Oh, sorry, Paul. You don't need a medical bed anymore. You could have a regular bed. We do need the cotton. You're not wrong, because I've got 2 spots that don't have viridian green shag carpeting on them, and that's most upsetting. Most upsetting. And we will work on that. I assure you, we will work on that. This might be a good time to... I'm going to break down these batteries. So uninstall those and uninstall those. Those were just like space batteries that we needed in space because we were in space. We don't really need them right now. We will have... And I'm going to have to evaluate how much... Is there a local geothermal? I don't have the components for it. Oh, flock of seagulls has given birth. Oh, yay, we've got a new mastodon. Okay, I will now open the floor, as I do, for naming the new mastodon. So currently, for those who are getting caught up, we have Bunny, the Thin White Duke, Quixote, Flock of Seagulls, and Fish. Don't ask. Just go rewatch the series. There may or may not have been reasons for all of them. Do we have a cleaner bot? No, we have a Holly bot. We have a move things around bot. And we don't have the infrastructure to make another bot. I could... But that's going to chew up components that I don't have at this moment. Actually, do I have a cleanie bot? Oh, never mind. I've got all of those things. That was a complete misstatement. I've got all sorts of things here. I've got 2 lifters. Yeah, we're fine. We're totally fine. Everybody be on auto repair, by the way. Yeah, I've got a cleanie bot. Got a constructo bot. Billy the Kid, not bad. Duran, too easy. Look, nobody appreciates it more than me. Too easy though. Too easy though. If you were going to do that. If you're going to say Duran, then we go with something more obscure. I call it like Planet Earth. That would be more obscure. Paul Stanley was killed by bogs. That's true. That's true. Viridian, not bad. Billy the Kid is good. I don't hate that. Corleone. Okay, you know what? I'm sold on that one. That's good enough. Yep, that'll work for me. So where's your thing here? So yeah, that and. Hang on, is that a correct spelling of that? Because I really don't know how to spell that. Corleone. Okay, Corleone. Is it Corleone or Corleone? I don't know. It's largely unimportant, isn't it? Yeah, Duran would be too easy. I'd name it something like Big Thing, which is a grossly underrated Duran album. I think it's one of their most underrated albums. People just bypass that album. That was actually a really, really good album. So, we've got a new Mastodon who will be trained to kill. How many of them are trained to kill right now? Some. Some. Everyone's... Could we make everyone be with Grime, please? Because Grime is better at things. So, not really. And Dahook, where'd you go? Yeah, you got the heavy SMG. That's cool. Yeah, I'd rather Grime be in charge of the Mastodons than Dahook. Are there any Qs in Corleone? Not to my knowledge. We call the Mastodon Big Thing. I mean, it makes sense, right? Although this one wouldn't, because it's missing an ear, a hoof, and a tusk. So Corleone's already kind of coming into this world banged up. No, sorry, that was the last one. Never mind. The new one is totally fully formed. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. It's been a very long week. Very, very long week. Okay. We gonna turn this on at some point, kid? You wanna do some more switch flicking? There you go. Because I'd love a trader to come by. If a trader came by, that would be so amazingly awesome. All right, we've got a lot of embryonic food here. We've killed many, many things in the area. So I just need somebody to start doing something with it. Can anyone else cook? Dahook is not terrible. Shield, you're actually pretty good at that. Why don't you be... but Shield's doing all the growing, which is also food. Okay, we'll see how this all kind of bangs out. Stetch, you're gonna... Yeah, you're immediately starting to cook. Good. Where are we at? Do I have any... I have no meals at all. There are exactly 0 meals. I have 4. Now we have exactly 4 meals in here. Okay. Well, Stench is basically on #1 cooking. Is the space phone on? That is actually an excellent question if I remember where my space phone is. I don't know where my... Did I dismantle the space phone? No, I couldn't have possibly have done that. Because that thing's a pain in the... I think I dismantled my space phone. I totally dismantled my space phone, didn't I? So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they come by. I don't have a space phone. Oh, dear. Cool. So, comms console, 120 and 4. That's half of my components, but we kind of... Just check one more time, Dave, because I feel like I deconstructed the space phone for reasons that I can't adequately explain. I'm sure there was a really good reason for that at some point, but I don't remember what it is. So, put the space phone back in. We dismantled it for the components, that's right, because we needed the components to get the thruster to work again so we could get out of space. Right. Exactly. Thank God somebody remembers something around here. So we'll build another one. That's fine. There's components on the map. If we can catch a little downtime here where we're not starving, there's actually quite a few components on the map. So not super worried about that right now. And I've got the steel. In fact, they're already building it. They're already putting this thing up. Are all of my beacons on? One there, that's on. One up here, not on. Kid, how do I get you to flick switches on a regular basis? First of all, tell him to flick it, because you didn't designate that one. There we go, flick that one. And is this thing on yet? Is this thing on? Oh, there's a rabbit there, kill it. Kill the rabbit. Just annihilate that thing. Any new animals that need to get murdered? Oh yeah, tons of them. Okay, so kill everything here. Don't kill the boom rat, it has a tendency to explode. Kill all of this. That's fine. And yeah, good. Everything's good now. Everything's good. Is there anyone who's not doing anything vitally important? Probably not. You're making a component. That's really good. Grime, you're in bed. Shield is sowing heal root. Summon Diabolus is available. Yeah, I know. It's because I built the space phone. I'm familiar with that. Thank you. We won't be doing that today. Igor, could you come down here and just open this door? I just kind of like to see what's in it more than anything. Maybe it'll be a huge pile of components. Nope, it's an empty room. And so is that. Okay, good. Good job, kid. Off you go there. Off you go. Neat. Is this mod free? Yes, it is. Because not only am I a modern Prometheus who has gifted the world with geniusosity, hashtag geniusosity, I'm also a prophet of RimWorld. Needlessly messianic, I know. So if I mod a RimWorld run, RimWorld will immediately announce new DLC, which will, of course, be the Modpocalypse, as it always is, and I'll have to start all over again. It's a thing. I can't help it, and in the way that no prophet can help it. No prophet asks to be a prophet. It's a burden. It's not a gift, it's a burden. But I am indeed a prophet of RimWorld, needlessly messianic, I know. So if I mod it, they will announce new DLC. And you're like, Dave, they just did Odyssey. I'm like, no, trust me. If I put a single mod in this, they will announce new DLC. So no, this is an unmodded run, which is what I wanted to do with Odyssey anyway, because I like to. We've had this conversation many times. By conversation, I mean monologue. I like to experience the game as it is intended, and then play with it after that. That oxygen pump is off for a good reason. Should I maybe put another door over here? I think that's a smart idea. Let's do a steel door on this side of the ship. We took all the doors out except for the one at the airlock to make sure people didn't do something stupid, like open a door in space. But we can put some of those back. That's fine. I could maybe pop one back in here too. I'm going to put... What am I going to put up there? Shelves, probably. Duplicate this shelf. What is that? Actually, I don't know what that is. What is that made out of? Marble? Do I have any of that? I got a lot of stuff. Limestone, slate. Got a little bit of marble there. Sure. Put a... Actually, do I really need marble? Just do your thing, man. Put a marble shelf kind of here. That'll at least cover up the fact that we don't have Viridian green shag carpet covered in Mastodon boop. I could put another one there. Not the worst idea. Move this... Actually, how are they going to get in there? They won't be able to get in there. That's kind of wasted space, really, isn't it? What could I do with that information? I could put an art piece there. That'll kind of perk up the room a little bit and make them slightly happier about their lot in life. I've got art here. I've got an obsidian small sculpture. It's terrible, but it's better than no sculpture. Put a sculpture over there. That'll kind of perk it up a little bit. It'll perk me up for the place. Okay. I think we have to look at Space Church here. Also, that's another really good spot for a shelf right in there. This one you can just make out of wood. So one shelf right in there. And really think about getting going on the whole getting more fuel. Actually, the tanks are full. If we had to evacuate immediately, I could. I could get right out of here. Okay, all of my things have been planted. So go back to the psychite, and we can turn that back on. And we can go sewing over there. That's fine. Now what? Stench, what are you up to? Because it better be cooking. You're cooking. Okay, great, good, cool. That's excellent. Have we made any... All right, meals are coming up a little bit. A little tiny bit. We got 20. And we do have quite a lot of dead things to get chopped up. An alarming amount of dead animals. Just a frightening amount of dead animals here. I'm glad I didn't have to kill a mastodon. Is our moral guide nearly back on board? Great question. You should do a Q&A about that. Paul, now that you're over your malaria, what's your gig now? 3.0. Okay, yeah, we'll get him back on board momentarily. And then he can be the moral guide. What is the nonsense that you believe in? Hyperstealism. Yeah, they're wicked into that. They're all about the hyperstealism, these kids. Speaking of which, are we making that? I think that's it now, the obsidian grand sculpture. Nobody's on it. I think we got to take a break from art and get into survival. But yeah, they're going to work. Who is working on that, by the way? Is it Paul? No, it's Stench. Okay, no, Stench is only cooking right now. The only thing Stench is allowed to do is cook or butcher. You can do one of those two things. You can cook things or butcher things. I do see we got a fish. We got a salmon. We do some nice fried salmon. Pan-seared. That'd be delightful. Oh, DeHook's over here fishing. Look at you, kid. You got 2 salmon. Well, good for you. Hey, there's medicine over here, too. Maybe we can go get that. Any more medicine, by the way? In fact, why don't we just get, like, all the medicine? Let's get all the medicine, because we don't really have a lot of that, do we? So, Moral Guide will be back on track soon, and then we can look at doing Space Church, which I feel needs to live here. It's really the only logical spot for it, actually. So, let's start by moving. How about we move the chem fuel out of Space Church and, like, literally anywhere else? How about we move that down here, like that, and then... Is this in a zone? Yeah, it is in a zone. Copy that and paste it here, and then just delete this one. So just get rid of that zone like that. All right, they'll move that down. That's going to be the beginning of Space Church, where apparently we believe in hyperstealism. Thank goodness it's not the leaf of man-pork. I'm not having people believing in man-pork around here, because I don't believe in it. If I don't believe in it, nobody else should. What did I make over here? Oh, the subcore encoder. Oh, I was able to dismantle it. Okay, so I do have some of the infrastructure I need. I don't think I have the make the mech thing, though. Because that, I think you can only dismantle. I don't think you can actually uninstall it. So we'll just have to cross that bridge when we come to it. Oh, also, make sure there's, like, no food being stored over here, please. Because that would be very, very silly. There's no food in any of these, right? No. Okay, good. Don't put food over there. Is hyperstealism an offshoot of man-pork? One can only hope it isn't. Because I look at man-pork and say, no, sir. Not today. No, thank you. Can I do obsidian flooring? Because we got a fair bit of obsidian out of... yeah, I got 1,000 units of obsidian. Can we do obsidian floors? Is that real? No. I can weirdly do it out of vaxstone, but why would I do that? No, that's unfortunate. I like to do obsidian floor. It sounds really evil. And wicked metal. I mean, if you had an obsidian floor, you are metal. I could do it out of slate. Do it out of limestone. Everybody loves limestone. It's true. It's science. Everybody loves limestone. Do that like this. This will be the beginnings of Space Church. I don't know how big Space Church is going to be. It's more like, I don't know, Space Confessional. Like a little closet. Speaking of which, Paul, talk to me about this stealism thing that you believe in. What exactly is it that you believe in? So, no. It's all gone horribly wrong. Don't do anything that I just told you to do. Talk to me again, Paul. I double-clicked, Paul. You understand these things. All right, body modding, age reversal. So, yeah, you're transhumanist loyalist. Human primacy is kind of a pain in the neck. What is your, like, thing that you like? Okay, you want the kneeling sheet. Well, that's obviously going to take some cloth that I don't have. And you want your mark of stealism. Sure. Going to work on that, maybe, sort of. How big is that sort of thing? What's a mark of stealism look like these days? Well, ironically, it's made... Yeah, I got no room for that, Paul. Paul, where do you think this is going to fit in Space Church? Look at this thing, Paul. It's huge. It's a giant mark of stealism. Nobody likes this, Paul. Nobody... I'd rather have man-pork. It's probably smaller. I imagine it is. All right, put it in there anyway. Paul's going to have a freak out if we don't have the steel thing in the thing with the Space Church. What does it take to make these pillows? What can I make them out of? Oh, virtually anything. Can I make them out of human leather? Please say yes. I feel we should do it out of mastodon. Because, you know, it's mastodon. I got to have a million things of mastodon fur, right? We've been farming mastodons for ages. No, that's light leather. Where's my... I actually might have sold my mastodon fur. That's entirely possible. Camel hide, panthera fur, plain leather... Really? I don't have a... Oh, there it is. Yeah, I've got a million pieces of mastodon wool. Okay, we're going to do this out of mastodon wool. We all dislike Paul. The problem with Paul is he's actually really good at things. He actually has a really broad range of good skills. He's got that crafting of 14, shooting of 10. That's why I gave him the laser. And intellectual, no shabby there. And medical. The problem with Paul is he's actually very, very valuable to us. So let's do Mastodon wool kneeling sheets. Because fun. Oh, it's big, isn't it? It's a bigger thing. Paul, your religion eats. And it doesn't, see, Paul, it doesn't line up properly. It's going to be off-center, Paul. Now I'm going to have people facing the wrong way. This just doesn't work at all, Paul. Paul, this is no good. Paul, you and I need to talk about your religion, because it eats. Okay? And maybe I could do, like, one there. Okay, one there and one there. That's what you're getting, Paul. There's your steelism right there. Steelism right there. Okay? Slightly off-center. That's your religion. All right? And how are we doing on this nonsense that we're doing here? We haven't started on that at all. We have not even made any moves in that. Do I actually have steel? Like, period. Oh, yeah, I've got 3,000 units of it. Never mind. Never mind. We can cover you on that one, Paul. Yeah, we got that one covered, man. I don't know, whatever it is. Mission of steelism. We got the steel part. We got the steel part. Bertha's going to work on Paul for a little bit. And feed him, which is nice. Speaking of food, how's Focus on Food going? 39 meals. Still quite a bit of raw embryonic food there. And bunch of guinea pigs. Bunch of guinea pigs just waiting to get killed. Look at me over here, just waiting to get eaten. Can't wait to get eaten. So there's Space Church. There's Space Church. So that's all you're gonna get, Paul. But you will be our moral guide again, and people can go to Space Church and believe in space things. I don't know where I'm gonna put your thing, dude. I don't know where I'm gonna put your like magic grand sculpture thing. Oh, Flock of Seagulls is pregnant though. That's fun. The army of Mastodons is fleshing out. We have lost a couple of Mastodons. There's no I can't deny that. I can't say we haven't lost Mastodons because we have. But we're getting more Mastodons, which is very, very fun. Grind, by the way, are you on like #1 animals? Because you should be. Yeah, you gotta be on #1 animals, kids, because you're like totally in charge of Mastodons right now. I've taken Hook off Mastodon duty and put him more into like literally anything else, because Hook also has quite a huge range of skills. Hook is like the quiet hero of this run. Who's having a medical emergency and why? I don't care who. Why? Why are you having a medical emergency? Oh right, yeah, you're hopped up on the goofballs. Yeah. Yeah, right, the Go Juice thing. Yeah, we don't have any of that. Do I have... We were thinking, and I don't know what I've done here. I don't even know where I would be looking. Remind me what that is made out of. We were thinking we might be able to get just enough so that Paul doesn't die. Yeah, sorry, Paul. Between the malaria and you freaking out and then complaining about your religion, I kind of forgot you're genetically addicted to drugs. So, I gotta fix that. So you need Go Juice. Last time, on the last non-space map, we were thinking we might be able to get just enough to get him, like, one thing of Go Juice. What does... Okay, remind me what Go Juice actually takes. I think it's neutroamine and something, isn't it? Neutroamine... 2 neutroamine, 1 yayo. Okay, so I need to make 1 yayo. Do I have any psychite leaves in the house at all? Do I have anything? Psychite... No, hang on. Psychoid plants, yes. I have 8. Okay. And I've got a drug lab. Cool. So we need to make yayo. We're already on it. I just need somebody to do it. Hook, could you get up? What do you mean? You're missing 32 psychoid leaves. Oh, no, never mind. Don't do it in groups of 4 then. Forget that. Just do it at all. Just do any yayo. It was yayo, right? It was definitely yayo. Just make like... Can you do 2? Can you give me 2? Just give me 2. 2. That's all I need to Hook. 2. Just go produce drugs. Immediately, please. Is this set up for drugs, by the way? It should be. So, manufactured and drugs. Good. Excellent. Okay, so I'll at least know where they are. All right, we're going to make this happen, Paul. We're going to make this happen. Paul, this is all going to come together. Who did what? Oh, Shield and Thule. Oh, try again. Okay, I'm sure that's all going to come together for you. I'd love it if it did, because then I can squeeze you into 1 bedroom. That would be delightful. Okay, so to Hook, there we go. Okay, we got a single yayo, which I believe is all I need. So from that, can I now make one go juice? Okay, a single go juice, and put that right up to number 1. Hook, could you do that again, please? Yes, yes you can. Hopefully. Where are you going? What are you doing? Oh, you're getting in the nutrient mine. Okay, all right, you're getting the nutrient. That's fine. All right, Paul, this is all I've got, so really, like, try to make this one last, kid, if you could. Paul, good news. I found some go juice, so you can have it now. So administer go juice to Paul. Someone will get over there at some point. I don't really need to keep an eye on that one. Somebody will deal with that at some point. That's it. That's all I have. We got the psychite going over here, but this ain't going to happen quickly. Even in the good soil, it's not going to happen quickly. All right, next, I kind of need a trader who might come by with a bunch of psychoid or psychite anything, and then make that into go juice. The neutral amine I've got. I just don't have the raw, hardcore freelance pharmaceuticals. Wow, it takes a long time to build religious things. Goodness, this is taking a long time. Paul, your religion is terrible. We should not believe in this, but we're kind of stuck with it because you outnumber us. There's 3 people who believe in your religion, and you're one of them. And we'll work on some more. It's definitely not Stench, but who does believe in this? No, you don't. You definitely don't. You do, DeHook. I'm not sure how you got hooked on that, DeHook. But you apparently believe in that. Thule, not so much. The Sophian Path, that sounds... I don't know why, but it sounds late night. Like it's not a real religion, but you're going to go there to, I don't know, have some fun with other people that you've never met before. That just sounds like a weird cult kind of thing. Knife doesn't believe in this. Grime, definitely not. Shield doesn't. Igor does. Yeah, so technically there's a majority of people who believe in hypersteelism in that there's 3. So, I'm kind of stuck with it. Can we... No, unfortunately, it's not a withdrawal thing, Buzzkill. He's genetically dependent on it. He has to have it to stay alive. If it was just a normal addiction to hardcore narcotics, that's easy. I can deal with that. But it's not that. He's actually genetically dependent on it. Much in the same way I'm genetically dependent on French fries. So... if I don't have them, eventually I'll go into a coma and die, and nobody wants that. That's why I regularly eat French fries. Fairly easy to understand there. Paul, okay, we gave it to Paul. Paul's up. Okay, so that gives me another 60 days of grace. 30 until he's in a coma, and then 60 till he's dead. In that time, we should be able to manufacture our own go juice. So that's good. All right, I got another 60 days on you, kid. And you'll be out of the pokey pretty soon. Not enough people call prison pokey anymore. I think we should go back to that. There's many things I'd like to bring back. Groovy. Groovy is one of them. Groovy, I don't know why we ever got rid of Groovy. I think it was just our general distaste for the 70s, and we just threw away all things 70s. Sure, disco, yeah, I get that. But why did we have to throw away Groovy? That was a perfectly good word. And pokey. I think if we all went back to calling prisons pokies, we'd be a little more relaxed about it. Like if you, I don't know, committed a triple homicide, and like you're going to prison, but they said you're going to the pokey, you wouldn't feel as bad, would you? You're like, wow, I'm going to the pokey. That sounds kind of fun. I'll be there for life without the chance of parole, but it's the pokey. So you can all start doing that now. Anytime someone mentions prison, just say, hey, that's the pokey to you. Right now, what? How's focus on food? We are getting some rice. Some rice has already been harvested, and this stuff will be done fairly soon. How is focus on food broadly doing? I'd love to see a lot more meals in there. Stench is doing the very best he can, but he's only one man, and he can only cook so many things. Oh, wow, so many more animals just turned up, just waiting to get eaten. Waiting to get eaten. All of these. Can I just drag this down? I actually can't drag that down. That's weird in RimWorld. Kill everything there. And that turkey. And that turtle. Kill everything. Absolutely kill everything. Books are strewn everywhere. Honestly, Catonius, everything is strewn everywhere. Let's be everything is strewn everywhere. Although another bookcase would actually not be a bad idea. We're probably full up. I can't immediately locate my bookcases. There's one down here. That's definitely full in Grimes' room. Yeah, I should utilize the rooms more to do bookcases. One, because it looks good. And two, because that's space saving. So let's do a small bookcase down in here. And then maybe one in somebody else's room that I haven't quite thought of yet. How about one down in here in Shield's room? Yeah, there's flash storms and fires. That's probably going to happen. Yeah, that's going to happen. Except the rice is on fire. Team, the rice is on fire. That's what we're eating right now. Yeah, it's just the rice is on fire. So is our power generator. Yeah, if we could put out the rice, that'd be fun. If we could actually put out the rice, the rice continues to be on fire, guys. It's just there's a lot of fire where the rice lives, and then maybe we go put out this fire. So no. This is why we need the Q&A. Q&A right up at the top there. Is it in the home zone? This is why we put these things up. Okay, so everybody continue to put out fires. Yeah, if you could actually, yeah, Grime's in. Grime's like, I will address this fire in a timely manner. I will put out this fire. Shield, if you can get the one up there so it doesn't get out of the home zone, it doesn't escape my notice. And then, okay, dear. All right, good. Yes, fine. Thank you, Grime. Thank you, Igor. Yeah, it's just there's more fire, guys. Like a lot more fire. Like there's so much fire kicking around. Bertha's gone off to do some murders. That's cool. Maybe, team, we actually deal with some of the fires like here-ish. I know that's a lot of fire to deal with. It's just that it's going to burn my ship down. And then we have nowhere to live. And then kind of food's irrelevant, isn't it? Okay, I've stocked the freezer. There's actually no more room in the freezer at this point. Stench, you're cooking. Could you actually prioritize butchering just to free up some space more than anything? Because we're going to have a lot more dead animals coming back soon, so if you can just kind of chew through a bunch of those. Okay, the steelism thing is up, such as it is. Space Church technically exists in the grand scheme of things. I don't know what else I'm supposed to squeeze in there. I'd say I'd put a brazier there, but having an open fire in a spaceship doesn't... That seems like that shouldn't work. That seems like a really colossally bad idea. How's the fire going, kids? Are we having a fun time with that? Okay, we'll kind of keep an eye on the fire as much as we can, and hope that doesn't get to the ship. I mean, when it does, it'll trigger the home zone, and they'll come in and get it. One hopes. What's the status on the psychoid? Yeah, very, very slow. That stuff is wicked slow to grow. Okay, so what happened to my land of abundance is what I'm worrying about here. Land of abundance. And what are we doing? We're starving to death. Paul's in the pokey. And we're building a space church that I never wanted in the first place. Paul, how are you doing, by the way? Are you going to be done soon? Yeah, you're going to be done wicked soon. Then you can be in charge of space church. You'll like it. It's space church. I built it just for you. It has nothing to do with man pork. Thankfully. We're all happy about that. I think everyone can agree that we're all very, very happy about that. Let's also cut some trees. Actually, I don't need to cut trees down. I still got 700 pieces of wood. Okay. Let's evaluate, shall we, kids? Let's evaluate. Not the land of abundance that I was promised. However, we have a bunch of embryonic food. We're not currently starving to death. Oh, by the way, Stench, why don't you be off duty for a bit because you've been there for like half a game day. We have a bunch of embryonic food. We're working on vegetables. Vegetables are happening. Some of them are already coming in. I believe I can get... See, this is what I wanted to be doing when we landed. But I had to get through the raids and then some Paul happened, and then there was more Paul. But I think we're back on track. Yes, things are on fire. I see that things are on fire. But that's Tuesday in my world. Okay? That means nothing to me. Absolutely nothing. So, guys, I think we'll wrap it up there. We'll come back to some more of this tomorrow. I will, as I say, I'll put a poll up soonish, probably Monday, about the Halloween live stream. We'll see what we want to do that. But I'm going to check out there and let you guys go on with far more important things to do with the rest of your day than this. Do please spend the evening thinking of questions for the Q&A. I'm very excited about the Q&A. We're going to be doing all sorts of Q&As in the near future. So it's basically going to be all Q&As right now. But guys, I'll let you check out and go back to far more important things to do with the rest of your day. Thank you so very, very much for allowing me to do this publicly. I should have been stopped ages ago, but I love doing this. I absolutely adore doing this. I look forward to this every single week, and you guys never, ever disappoint me. I have a fantastic time doing it. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye, and goodbye.